Well, aloha fam. Here we go again. So thanks for joining me again. So since the last video, right, I was thinking, I think I want to make a series out of this, right? The idea of this series would be to take an idea and go through the entire process so that we have a app prototype, right? So it'd go from idea to app prototype. And I think it would be a good process because I feel like a lot of us have these app ideas, but we never know what is the next step. So that's what I want to do, is I want to go with you and say, take an idea. So today we'll choose an idea, and then we're going to groom our idea, and we're going to, go through the process that I would usually go through so that it becomes a tested prototype that if you wanted to, you could then take this idea, you could take this prototype and you could give it to developers, right? So it's this whole idea to prototype process, and that I hope that you might do with your own ideas. And once you have your prototype, hey, if you really are invested in your idea, you can take it to a developer and get it built out. Kind of like what I did. So let's go with it. So today's topic that we're going to start on is coming up with app ideas. Okay. A friend told me, right, it doesn't take a genius to come up with an idea. And yeah, it really doesn't, right? But here are some certain topics that can help to train your mind to always look for opportunities, okay? It's this idea that you could go about your day and at any time you can recognize, hey, here's an opportunity to provide value. Okay, so let's get started into the topics. The first one is to be an expert at something, right? This could be an expert at your career. It could be even a hobby or experience. But it's this idea that you know so much and you want to share this information, or you want to share these experiences with other people who might be interested. So for example, let's say I was a keto coach, right? Or keto, if I was an expert at the keto diet. Obviously I'm not, but if I was, and I had this information, let's say I've helped X amount of people to lose weight, I don't know, through the whole keto stuff, right? And I feel like other people would benefit from it, right? So what would I do? I would come up with an app that had all these keto meals and how to make them, and what time of the day you should eat them, and here's a tracking journal, and all this, I don't know, whatever keto coaches do, I would have it in that app, right? And yeah, you have an app idea. People want to know what you know, okay? So let's say even for like mothers out there, right? Let's say you're an expert at getting your kids to brush their teeth and to go to bed on time, right? I can guarantee you there's a bunch of other mothers out there who are having that problem, right? And you're an expert at getting your kids to brush their teeth and go to bed on time, right? Well, you could take your experience, you could take your expert advice, and you could turn it into an app. And the idea would be if a mother was to download your app, they would know how to do the same things you do, right? So if you're an expert, and it could be anything, right? Take your knowledge, build an app, and you can share it with other people, right? So that's one, being an expert at something. The next thing you can do, and this is probably one of the easier ones, is you can solve a problem, right? And usually it's problems that everybody has, right? And here's one that I remember back in Hawaii. It was, who remembers having to drive to Temple Valley at 4 a.m. when they needed to go stand in line to get onto the waiting list to take your driver's test? You guys remember those? Yeah, it was a big waste of time, right? It's year 2000 and we're still driving to Temple Valley to stand in line at 4 a.m. That is an obvious problem, okay? I don't know if they've solved it by now, but I hope they did. But if they didn't, this is what I would do, right? It'd be really cool if you could work with the DMV and you say, hey, these people are coming. People hate it. They have a bad customer experience. Let's create a waitlist app. Now, the waitlist app would work in conjunction with your guys' system so that people knew whether to come or not, right? So basically, you didn't have to come to Temple Valley anymore. You just logged in on this app, right? So that would be a problem, right? Another one is the TVA waitlist. Right? Nobody knows what, if you had to apply to live at TVA at BYU Hawaii, it sucked. You never knew where you were on the wait list. Well, now here's an app for that. Okay? BYU students, if you want, take that idea, run with it. So yeah, if there's anything that ever causes an annoyance in your life, think to yourself, how could an app solve that? Another one is it's the copycat theory, right? And it's the idea that you take an existing business model, an existing product, and you copy it, you customize it so that it can serve a specific audience, right? So let's say, for example, you have Uber, right? I'm not sure how many Uber drivers there are there on the North Shore, but if there wasn't, you could copy the Uber business model and their product, and you can alter it, call it Subers, and you can serve the people on the North Shore, right? Do the exact same thing, but you've altered it enough so that the people on the North Shore love it, right? And that would, yeah. Here's another example, right? Let's take Uber Eats, right? I don't know how many Uber Eats drivers there are on the North Shore, but on the North Shore, what if there was an Uber Eats for 7-Eleven, right? So let's say every night at 11 p.m., Uber Eats would open. So what I would do is, you'd call me, I'd go get your food from 7-Eleven, and I'd come bring it to you, right? Who knows? You could be, one of those that have to go pick up an order from 7-Eleven, and you gotta pick up 2 musubis, and you gotta drop it off at Temple Beach at 2 a.m. Huh? Hey. If you're a BYU student, right, you gotta stop being sneaky. And then the last one, right, is to be creative, right? And it's, when I say be creative, it's the idea of you just have a hunch that something would work, right? Don't ever ignore those, right? You have a hunch that this might be a great idea, and it doesn't fall into any one of these. It's just this crazy idea that you had. That's kind of what I did with my Couch Coach app. It was just this crazy idea, like, how could I gamify people who sit in the stands and call plays, right? It's almost like this, you get to involve a whole bunch of people into the game, right? They're already there watching the game. What more could I give them that they could enjoy it even better? So that's where my Couch Coach idea came from. It was just from experience. I thought, how could I gamify the game watching experience? Okay. So while my video pertains to apps specifically, these topics can even apply just for life in general. Okay. You can apply it to a traditional business. You could apply it to your current job. How could I be a better employee? Well, here's opportunities to provide value. It could be even be at home. It could be social circles. It could be even in church, right? The whole purpose is that you can identify opportunities to add value. And whether your payment is money, it could even just being a good friend, right? It can be helping your parents or your spouse at home, helping your children, community members. It's really just this idea of looking for opportunities to provide value. So yeah, with that being said, make sure to comment below. So part of the series is going to be taking an idea, right, and turning it into a prototype. Well, I need ideas. So comment below, whether it be here on YouTube, whether it be on Facebook, or wherever you find this video. Throw your ideas out, okay? Throw your ideas out there so that we can start to put together a list so that we can, choose an idea that we're gonna run with throughout the rest of this series, okay? As of right now, I'm only gonna do this once, but let's see how it goes, and maybe we can do more. If you do have an idea that you wanna turn into a business that you probably don't wanna share, message me, and we'll see what we can do. However, in the meantime, watch this series, see if you can do it on your own. Let's have fun with it. So cool. Thanks again. Make sure to stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you.